What's up, YouTube? Timbers here, back with another tutorial. If you're new to my channel, I make a lot of music. I make rap beats, house music, EDM, all kinds of stuff. Recently started making tutorials. I do plan to do one every week from now on. So today I'm gonna show you guys how to make a Toosii type beat. Toosii, in my opinion, he's been killing it this year. His album was dope. Putting out a ton of singles all year. Still kind of under the radar. Like, if you only follow mainstream rap, you may not know him too well. But just really an up-and-comer that's killing it, in my opinion. So I'm going to try to make a Toosii type beat here for you and show you kind of my process and how I try to do that. This is kind of a mix in between the last two tutorials, so I'm not starting completely from scratch, and I'm also not breaking down a beat that I already finished. So I actually started this one yesterday. I just made a quick little chord progression with the piano. Already got some 808s in there and a clap. So I'm gonna play what I started for you from here. Just a little 4-bar loop there. I started with the piano, so if I'm not starting with a loop, I will start with the main instrument, whether it's a piano, guitar, or synth. Here I started with the piano. A lot of Toosii beats have piano. So I'm going to solo the piano here for you, show you the chord progression, and there's a little top melody there. So here's that. It's in the key of B flat minor. Alright, so I started with the chord progression first. Like I said in my last video, I'll pull up the keyboard here, find a starting chord. In this case, it was an F, A sharp, and C sharp. So a B flat minor chord. So I started with that. And then from there, I'll just kind of find the other chords by drawing them in, moving them around until it sounds good. Sometimes it's quick, sometimes it takes a bit. And then once I have that chord progression, I'll add a top melody, usually on top. So those are these notes right here that you see. So I use the higher octave for the top melody. And then I talked about this in my last video. If you see here, the notes are different colors. What I did, I selected all, then I went to functions, MIDI transform, humanize. And what that does, it just kind of makes every note a different velocity. So velocity is how hard you're hitting the key. So it just kind of gives it a human feel, as if someone's actually playing the actual piano, as opposed to VST. Trick I picked up over the years. Just, I think it gives it more of like a authentic human feel. So that's the piano. Then I'll add a clap or snare on every, the tempo here is 92, so I added a clap on every second and fourth beat. All I have is an EQ here, cutting out the lows of the clap, so it doesn't get in the way of the bass. Once I do that, then I'll usually add the 808s. It's just easier, in my opinion, to put the clap or snare first, so then you can kind of add in the 808 pattern around the clap. And here's the 808 pattern I have. So I'm just using the bass notes of the chords, the root note of the chords for the 808 pattern. That's the easiest way to do it in my opinion, so everything's together and in key. So you got the bass notes here, F, then C, A sharp, and D sharp. And just kind of play around moving the notes till you get a nice rhythm. This is what I came up with. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to find a vocal sample to put in the beat. A lot of Toosii's beats have like vocal samples, like soul samples that are processed, so they sound cool. Specifically, his song "Pain and Problems" came out a few weeks ago. I've been bumping that a lot. I was listening to that, kind of gave me the inspiration to start this one. So I'm gonna pull up Splice here. That's my go-to to find vocal samples. It's awesome because you can just search vocal, and then you can search by key. So I'm going to go to B flat minor. That's the key of our beat. So B flat would also be A sharp minor. And then I'm just going to scroll through here, try to find a cool sample. That one's not playing, I don't know why. Well, I got somebody. That one's kind of cool. That's a maybe. Dripping like gold. I like that one a lot too. That's gonna be my top so far. That actually might be my top. That has more of like a soul feel, in my opinion. I wish you would forgive me. Oh. You don't need me. I know. Alright! Play. Guess that's so. Yeah. All right. So this is my top so far. I'm gonna go ahead and download that. Only thing else I'm gonna try here. I'm gonna just type in soul vocal. I'm gonna press vocals here. I'm gonna press female. I tend to like female vocals better than male. I like some male vocals too, but that's just a personal preference. Hey! Play that again. That one's kind of cool. It's called All the Hand Sanitizer. Interesting name. But I'll download that. So I'm just going to download a few here, then I'll go back, listen, pick the best one that I like the most. Happy. So what's it gonna be? I am not afraid. A lot of these are from the same pack, I see. Take me higher. Kara, she's a lot of good packs. She's big in the EDM scene, if you ever heard of her. Dope singer. So much to say. kind of cool. Let me play the beat here so I remember what it sounds like. Not sure if that would go. This one's like a vocal. This one's like a vocal chops. Sounds kind of cool though, so I'll just download it. You know, don't want to spend too much time doing this. Listen to one more. Baby, why you come? Do you feel alone? Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead, listen to the ones I downloaded. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put them all on the beat so I can hear them with the beat, and then that will help me choose. Unsolo it here. Here's a first. I'm gonna put them all in time real quick. So you go to File, Functions, Time and Pitch Machine. Pitch Machine, if I can talk. This one's 130, so we're gonna bring it from 130 to our tempo, which is 92. This one is 104, so we're going to do the same thing, except bring it from 104 to 92. And this one's 112, so we'll do the same thing here. Go 112 to 92. So this is just how you change the tempo of a sample in Logic. You can do it in any DAW. I just use Logic, so that's how you do it in Logic. By the way, if you guys have any questions about something I'm doing or any tips, please let me know, comment, message me. Would love to hear from you. Alright, so here's the first one here in time. That one sounds really good in my opinion. Let's hear the rest though. That one sounds good too. It's a shorter sample, obviously. Guys, they all sound good in my opinion. Like, I think I could work with any of them. Having a tough time choosing here. I could even use multiple. Let me just hear this one again. So I'm actually going to get rid of this one. I think it sounds cool, but the other ones are more like soul. They sound more like soul vocals, which I think go more with Toosii's beats. So I'm going to eliminate that one. And I'm thinking I'm going to use both of these, but... So I'm going to try to use both of these. I think this one goes good first. I'm going to move this to the second 2 bars, or maybe... Actually, I think I'm just going to use the second one. Because it has 2 parts here. Actually, more. Yeah, so I'm going to get rid of this one. Finally chose this one. Sorry that took so long. Okay, so I'm going to copy paste this so we have more to work with. 8 bars. That's dope, in my opinion, guys. Let me just get the rest of the sounds. It's a long sample. So this is going to be the verse here. I'm just going to make a 16 bar verse. I'm going to process the vocal sample. So first I'm going to add an EQ. I'm going to cut out the lows and some of the highs here. So I cut out a lot of the highs and the lows, so it's more in the background of the mix, which is what you want, because you don't want it too loud or taking up too much space, because you know, you got to leave room for the vocalist. So I like that level there. I'm gonna add some reverb. Gonna add the Valhalla Room. I have a preset I use for vocal samples. You can just play around with the settings here. And then last thing I'm going to do, I'm going to add a stereo imager just to widen the vocal sample. I have a preset, so why I did that so quickly, but you just move this bar, it's the width bar, you move it up to make it wider, all the way down to 0 would make it mono, so completely in the center. It's the S1 stereo imager from Waves, great plugin, one of my most used plugins, so I do recommend that, but you know, there's different plugins you can use for a stereo imager. So he often has perks in his beats, so I'm gonna look for a perk here to add for the drums. I'm gonna go to percussion. As you can see, I have a lot of EDM loops in here. This new pack I like a lot. It's Palace and Southside, 808 Mafia. Just came out a few weeks ago, I believe. But I love this pack. It has a lot of great drums in it. The beat I was listening to, the song I should say, Pain and Problems, kind of had one like this. Except it's a C, I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna use this one. The Boing. Bring it in here. I'm just gonna, since it's a C, I'm gonna pitch it down to our key, which is B flat. So go to pitch shifter, gonna go mix 100%, go to drums. So it's a C, so we got to go down 1 to a B, 2 to a B flat. And I'm gonna look for a place to put it here. Add an EQ on it, cut out the lows. I'm gonna try some reverb on it as well. We'll see. Adjust the settings here a bit. I don't really think it needs a reverb. Let's see, do I like it here though? Let's see. So I'm going to put in this first bar. I'm going to put on the fourth beat of the first bar. So yeah, that would be here. I mean the fourth tick of the first beat. And then gonna put it in the same place every first beat, I mean, sorry. Actually, I'm not even gonna do that. I'm just gonna put it, I'm gonna skip a bar. Yeah, I like that, so I'm gonna copy paste that. And I'm not really sure why I added that perk right now. Usually that's something I would do not as soon as I did, but it just kind of came to mind. I still got to add a kick and a hi-hat, so I'm going to look for a kick here. Pull up splice again, go to instruments, drums, look at the kicks I have. Right away I like this one, the Killa from the same Southside Palace pack. And I'm just gonna have it playing when the 808 plays. And I didn't copy that. Copy paste. Some of this is different though in the second two bars, so I'm just gonna add some more notes here. Some more kicks, I should say. So that one note, I'm not sure why it ends. Yeah, I want them all to connect, so gotta fix that. Delete these. Oops. only thing I do to the kick, I'll add a stereo imager just to make sure it's mono. You want the kick and bass mono usually. And like half the time with the kicks and the 808s, they already are mono, so this may or may not be doing anything, but I put it on anyway just to make sure that it's mono. Because again, you just typically you want your lower frequencies mono, they'll sound better, and the higher frequencies stereo. It's not a rule, but it's just kind of like typically they'll sound better that way. Okay, I think that sounded good in my opinion. So I'm gonna add some hi-hats in here now to get the drums done. Lately, like I said in the last video, I think I've been leaving my drums raw, so not putting too much effects on them. I used to put a lot of reverb. I think I was putting too much, and so I'm going to take the reverb off the hi-hats. Also going to take the stereo imager off. I don't think it needs to be widened. I'm going to leave the EQ just to cut out the low frequencies. Don't really need those in the hats. I'm going to make a 2-bar loop here. And go to my presets here, hat 2. Okay, and for the hats I draw them in, just play around with the grid, and usually I'll come up with something cool. The hi-hats really add the rhythm, in my opinion. So I'm going to go to B flat here. Let's make the grid. Let's zoom in on the grid here. Want these notes way smaller. So even that, I'm gonna go every 16th note, I believe this is. Just gonna variate some of these. Copy paste this. Change up this part though. Copy paste this. And then make even smaller notes for a little roll at the end. So I'm liking how that sounds. Like that, so I'm gonna add an open hat now. Go to hats. This one I use a lot. It's called Swole, from the same pack. I'm gonna use this one again. Find a place to put it here. Kind of like it on that third beat. I have a preset for open hats. Usually I'll make it wide. I'll turn that off. I'll turn the reverb off as well. Keep the EQ in. Cut out the lows. You don't need them for the open hat. Volume down a bit. I'm going to add one more here. Thinking this. Just try. Alright, so I like it there. Add one more here. Then I have a 4-bar loop there of open hats. Gonna copy paste that. Alright guys, so I could add more. You can always add more, but I like this 16-bar loop for the verse. So that's basically our beat. What is this end of the sample? I just don't need that. I'm going to cut it. Okay, so I'm going to move this up. I'm going to make a chorus section. I'll make that 16 bars as well. So we're going to have the same main elements with some variation. So I'll keep the piano and the vocal for the chorus. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to only put the 808 and the thinking here. Actually, I'm going to put all the drums just in the second half of the chorus. I'll leave the first half just like this. So then the drums just kind of come in and hit you. So I'm going to cut this. And I'm not going to use the perk or the open hats. And also, instead of a clap, I'm going to put a snare in the hook. So I'm going to go instruments, drums, snares. I like this one, muffed, also from the same pack. As you can see, I've been using this pack a lot. Excuse me, guys. So I'm gonna put this on every second and fourth beat, like the clap and the verse. Just copy paste here. And the snare I'm going to leave completely raw. I'm not going to process it at all. I find that it sounds harder that way. So let's hear that. So I might add a few more snares here. Let's see. See where it could fit. So I like that. That's on this note of the second bar. Just gonna delete these so I can copy and paste the whole 4-bar loop once I have it. Oops, did the whole thing. No, I don't like that. Where did I have this? Here. Maybe I'll put it in the third bar as well. Let's see. Alright, so I like that for the snares. Now I'll copy and paste it to these other 4 bars. Realize I never process this piano, so I'll do that right now. Add an EQ, cut out the lows and some of the highs. Gonna add a camel crusher. Usually do that to all my pianos, makes them sound bigger, fatter. It's kind of messed up here, it's just black. You probably saw this in my last videos, but I just go to my presets. I always use the British Clean preset. Makes it sound clean, but like bigger and fatter. So you can hear it. You can already hear it's way louder, and I didn't turn the volume up. It's because of the camel crush. So I'm gonna add another EQ, cut out some of the mud created by the camel crusher. Gonna add a little reverb to the piano. I'm gonna try not to overdo it. Sometimes I overdo it with the piano, with adding the reverb. I have a preset, but I'm just gonna mess around here with the controls. I'm turn it down to 20%. Turn this is way high. Turn it down to 30. Turn this down to about a second. Yeah, I don't think that's too much. And I'm also gonna make the piano wide. So I'll play the entire hook here. First, I'm not going to have the drums in the first half of it. And then they're just going to hit you in the second half of the hook, which I like. You know, I think he does that in his song, Pain and Problems. So there we have the hook and the verse. One thing I've been doing recently, for a switch up, or a transition I should say, from the hook to the verse, I'll take the drums out of the first bar of the verse. So let me just delete the kick here. Let me cut this, take the hats out, take the 808s out. And just to show you guys that transition, here's the last 4 bars of the hook, and then the first 4 bars of the verse. You guys see how that flows well with that little pause of the drums? I heard that. I think I first started doing that after I heard the song Tragic by Kid Laroi and NBA Youngboy. There's a bunch of pauses in that beat. I made a beat like it, and I find that that's an awesome way to transition from the chorus to the verse, especially if you're using the same like drum patterns and instruments. Yeah, so that's a good transition there. We got our chorus here and our verse. What I'm going to do, I'm going to make a little intro, show you guys how I make an intro. I always make intros. I guess everyone does. So let me move all of this over to the 9th bar. I'm just going to go to beats and time so I can kind of see the timing of the beat. So let's see, 20 seconds. I think I'll move it over here. No, it's too far. Play around with this. I think this is good. Like, have it start at 30 seconds. Actually, since the drums aren't here, let's see. Just thinking, guys, how I want to lay this out. Bear with me. Okay, I'll try it here. What I'll do, I'll cut this vocal, copy paste for the first 12 bars. What I want to do, what he does and what Toosii does in Pain and Problems, or the producer, they have a synth bass instead of an 808 for part of it. So I'm going to add that here. Let's see, I'm going to go to add an instrument. I'm going to go to Serum. It's my favorite synth, honestly. I make a lot of EDM, and that's, it's really good for that, but it's good for anything. You can really tweak so many sounds in here. You can make any sound in it. Like, if you just search on YouTube, like, how to make whatever sound you want to make, rehab bass or house bass, they'll show you how to make it, which is awesome. But anyway, I'm just going to go to one of their built-in presets here that I really like. It's called Mod Wheel Me. I'm going to turn the cutoff filter here, so I'm going to cut out the highs. I really like this synth bass. And then I'm going to have the same bass line, just maybe longer notes. Yeah, just instead of multiple notes, I'm just going to have it playing one note for each bar. So, alright, let me copy paste that here into the synth bass. I'm going to have it right before the chorus. I'm going to bring it up. That's really low. And I'm just going to have it playing one note for every bar. these 8 bars though. I may bring it down an octave. Let's test it out. Playing 1 bar. Just move this over just to test it out. Kind of want no bass right before the 808, so yeah, I'm gonna keep it here. I like that bass, sounds really aggressive, this synth bass. I'm gonna show you another trick I've been doing lately for my intros and just beats overall. I'm gonna create a new duplicate piano here. I'm gonna copy and paste this. Just for a second, I'm gonna mute this piano. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna right click, I'm gonna press bounce in place. So what it did is it bounced it as an audio file instead of MIDI and into a new track. So I'm going to mute this one. What I'm going to do, I'm going to click on the audio that it bounced. I'm going to go to File, Functions, and then I'm going to reverse. And you can do that with any audio file. So I could do that to the vocal here if I wanted. But I've been doing that a lot. It sounds really good if you just reverse like a piano or guitar progression or a loop, I should say. A lot of that's a good thing for loops, I would say. Like if you're using a loop and you want to look for ways to make it your own or just add your touch, make it more unique. If you reverse it, that's a great way to do that in my opinion. And you also hear that in a lot of beats these days. I know Juice WRLD. I'm a big Juice guy. Rest in peace, Juice. Long live Juice. He has a lot of reverse sounds in his beats. Travis Scott, I'm also a big Travis Scott guy. He also has a lot of reverse sounds in his beats, just to name a few. But so let's hear how that sounds reversed. I'm not sure. That sounds sick in my opinion, guys. You let me know. But with the vocal chop there too. So I'm gonna loop this for the intro, the entire intro. I'm actually gonna, so we don't need this duplicate piano anymore. I'm gonna delete that. I'm gonna unmute the piano. And I'm gonna take it out the first 4 bars. Let's hear this whole intro. I'm also going to take it out here. And I think the intro is a little too long. I'm going to just get rid of these 4 bars here. Select all. Move it closer. There we go. So then the bass is going to come in here. And then I like that. Then right after that, then you hear the piano by itself. So that's a nice change up there. Before the drums come in, you have just the reverse piano and then the regular piano for 4 bars. Then our drums come in. Really like the drums. Alright, so the beat, in my opinion, is pretty much done, aside from adding some variation here and there. One more thing I'm going to do, I'm going to add like a bridge section before the before the chorus, and between the verse and the chorus. So for that, I'm just going to use existing elements though. So I'm going to, let's see, yeah, I'll make it 8 bars. All I'm going to have is the 808 and the kick. And the main elements of the piano and the vocal sample. So copy paste that. And shorten this. And then after this, I would just copy and paste everything. So everything besides the intro, of course. So start with the chorus here. Copy paste. You know, complicated stuff here, guys. Copy and pasting. I'm just making fun of myself, but yeah. Alright guys, so aside from maybe adding some variation, might not have to, but you know, don't want to bore you guys with that. So we pretty much finished our beat here. I'm gonna play what we have from start to finish here. So here is our beat. Turn the volume up a little. Just the piano and the vocal. So guys, that's our beat. Everything's just repeated after that. All I did there while I was playing it, I just turned that perk down a bit, the boing. I thought it was a little too loud, but Yeah, I think I like this one. I think I'll probably end up releasing it at some point, or trying to get it to an artist. I think I could hear Toosii on this. I think he would kill it. Might have not nailed the vibe perfectly, but you guys let me know. Let me know if you could hear Toosii on this. Let me know who you could hear on this, if anyone. Yeah, this one was a lot of fun though. Um, Again, if you guys like the video, if you're new to my channel, let me know any feedback you have, whether you like it or not. Just let me know if you have any tips, any requests, what you want to see me make, what tutorial you want me to do, what kind of music you want to hear. Let me know, and let me know if you like the video. Comment, like, subscribe if you can. It would mean the world to me. Any engagement at all really helps. I'm trying to build my channel here. Um, so yeah, appreciate you watching, and hope you have a good rest of your day. Peace.